Last night, my smart speaker started giggling on its own while I was half asleep. I turned the volume down, pretending it was nothing, but it felt weirdly personal. The next night, it happened again, and the laugh sounded like it was coming from a video, not the assistant. In my Bluetooth list, an unknown device flashed connected for a second, then disappeared. In the morning, I checked the playback history and it kept saying external audio was played at dawn. The connection log showed quick disconnects every few seconds, like someone was hovering nearby. So I tried an experiment and turned my phone Bluetooth off before bed. Right away, the speaker started blinking like pairing mode, hungry for any nearby connection. At 2 a.m. the giggle returned, but now I caught a faint sitcom laugh layered under it. Then I saw the update notes. The autoconnect bug was patched in V1-23. I updated it and disabled new Bluetooth pairing, and the nights finally went quiet. Turns out it was not a haunted eye, just my speaker grabbing my neighbor's audio by mistake. That's all for today's story. We'll be back every day with a new one. If you want to catch tomorrow's story too, please like and subscribe. I opened the app in the morning and it said my door was unlocked. The 443M entry made my stomach drop. My first thought was hacking, so I changed every password I could, but the access history showed no strange devices at all. Then I noticed something that felt even weirder. The battery level kept wobbling at night like it couldn't decide. I opened the inside cover and the battery contacts felt slightly loose. If the voltage dips for a moment, the log can glitch. So I swapped in fresh batteries, cleaned the contacts, and snapped it back together. In settings, there was a fixed note for low voltage issues. After that, the weird alert never showed up again. Smart stuff is convenient, but one tiny power wobble can mess with your head. That's all for today's story. We'll be back every day with a new one. If you want to catch tomorrow's story too, please like and subscribe. Last night at 23:30:40, I thought I saw my face on a powered-off monitor, but it was a ghost image from a power save wake notice. If you ignore it, you can panic about privacy or even speed up burn-in, so it is worth checking right away. So I turned on my phone flashlight and changed angles, and the shape stayed even when I moved. In the top left, a box-shaped shadow matched the notice area that says, "Wake from power save 30 seconds." Next, I opened the power settings and checked the screen off timer, and it was set to 10 minutes. Then I found the toggle for wake notice banner was on, and the position lined up perfectly. When I looked at update history, there was a display update V1322 installed at 21:10 yesterday. The notes even had a line like improved power save wake banner, which explained why it started suddenly. To be sure, I filmed the wake banner 3 times, then turned the screen off right after each one. The clip and the event log both showed wake overlay shown X3 at the exact same coordinates, not a reflection. Bottom line, a high contrast wake banner caused temporary image retention, and lowering brightness from 80% to 50% plus disabling the banner fixed it. Tip: run a gray screen for 1 minute and do not leave any static UI on for more than 10 minutes. That's all for today's story. We'll be back every day with a new one. If you want to catch tomorrow's story too, please like and subscribe. At 8:47 p.m. on the very first boot of my new laptop, I saw files that were not mine. If you ignore this, it can turn into a real privacy problem fast. So I opened the File Explorer and tapped Recent Items, just one step. There it was, Resume Final PDF stamped, No 1/2010, 2020-2012, like it was edited last night. To be sure, I went into Settings and checked the user accounts on the device. A local profile, Qser, showed last sign-in 01/2019-98, which makes no sense for a new unit. Next, I opened Recovery to look for reset history, because that would explain everything. The log literally said reset completed 01/2009-12 and option keep my files. So I checked storage for leftover folders from a previous installation. I found a 1.2 DB folder called Desktop Backup still sitting there like it was never wiped. Cause and fix a refurb reset was done with keep my files, so I captured the evidence, requested an exchange, and did a full erase. Quick tip on first boot, check recent files and the user folder name before you sync anything. That's all for today's story. We'll be back every day with a new one. If you want to catch tomorrow's story too, please like and subscribe. My phone battery was draining at light speed, and it was not a hidden minor, it was a background update loop. So I captured the drop from 38% at 0:70:42 to 12% in 17 minutes because heat and data waste cost money. So I opened settings and checked the battery usage chart, one tap into the usage list. Turns out the system updater was eating 62% in the last hour, even with the screen off. So I went into the update screen to watch the progress bar instead of guessing. It kept stuck at install 0%. then restarted again at 09003, and the same notification popped up every time. So I checked data usage next because loops usually download something in the background. Sure enough, the update service burned 188 GB today as background data like it was retrying forever. So I opened the app details to see wake-ups and activity, looking for a hard number. The evidence was clear, 312 wake-ups, and the update history showed the same build failing 6 times in a row. In the end, a corrupted update cache caused the loop. So I cleared the updater storage and rebooted once. After reboot, it dropped only 1% in 30 minutes, and I keep auto updates on Wi-Fi only now. That's all for today's story. We'll be back every day with a new one. If you want to catch tomorrow's story too, please like and subscribe. Yesterday at 1944, a scream-like sound suddenly leaked into my wireless earbuds. If you ignore it, people might mistake it for a call or an emergency, so I checked it right away. First, I paused my music and dropped the volume to 32% to see if it was from the app. But the earbud still played a short scream and that push-to-talk beep over and over. So I flipped Bluetooth to off in quick settings and listened again, expecting silence. The noise stayed and the tiny dongle screen showed 2 and 4G Che1, which felt very wrong. To be sure, I recorded an 8-second voice memo saved as 1947 and played it back. The same sound was in the recording only when the earbuds were connected, not on speaker. Then I walked past a nearby construction gate and heard real radio chatter at the same timing. I switched the dongle from Che1 to Che3 and the weird audio stopped immediately. Bottom line, 244G dongle Che1 overlapped a nearby walkie-talkie channel and turning the dongle off fixed it. Tip: when you go outside, use Bluetooth only mode or change the dongle channel first. That's all for today's story. We'll be back every day with a new one. If you want to catch tomorrow's story too, please like and subscribe. A photo showed up on my social feed even though I never posted it. At 0742 the alert said, "Post is live," and that can trigger misunderstandings fast. So I opened settings, then security, and checked the login activity. It showed 0739 from my home Wi-Fi on tablet, so it was not a takeover. Next I checked my cloud photo app and found shared album auto add was on. The rules said upload on Wi-Fi and 312 photos synced into the shared space. To be sure, I looked at the app activity log. There was a Z4040 entry, AutoShare Export X1, sent that photo to the social app. Then I checked connected apps inside the social app. On 2026 L1-21, the photo app had been granted post permission, which completed the puzzle. Cause was auto add plus post permission overlapping, so I turned auto add off and revoked the connection. Quick tip: if you use shared albums, review connected app permissions once a month. That's all for today's story. We'll be back every day with a new one. If you want to catch tomorrow's story too, please like and subscribe. At 11:47 p.m. my living room light flickered 3 times by itself. At night, that kind of thing makes you wonder if it is a glitch or something worse. So I opened the lighting app history, and the event was logged right at 11:47 p.m. The weird part was there was no user action, and the input source showed as remote control. I thought the remote was faulty, so I pulled the battery and did a quick 2-minute test, but it still flickered once at 12:12 a.m., so it was not just a bad remote. So I thought about what device actually moved around that time. I checked the robot vacuum log and it literally said 011 dock exit right before the flicker. Then I noticed the light remote receiver was less than 30 cm from the vacuum dock. Basically, when the vacuum sensor hugged that wall, the signals overlapped and the light toggle got triggered. Bottom line, it was sensor interference from the vacuum, and moving the receiver about 1 meter away stopped the flicker instantly. Quick tip: if you change your dock spot, check the light event log and look at the source field first. That's all for today's story. We'll be back every day with a new one. If you want to catch tomorrow's story too, please like and subscribe. At L312 to 9 times a 901 payment alert hit my account. Screenshot it and tap view payment details before you panic. In payment history, the status was pending, not completed. The details said renewal scheduled for Feb 9. Still, I checked the security page and opened login history. Unknown devices were 0, and the last sign-in was 224040 yesterday. Then I opened subscription management, and it finally made sense. It started on 2025 Zao2, and a 7-day auto-renew reminder was on. If you do not want it, toggle off auto-renew. The screen said turn it off 24 hours before and showed end date 2016 Sex2 Start2. So the alert was a 1-year-old subscription auto-renew reminder, and I ended it by turning off auto-renew. Tip: screenshot payment status and renewal date within 30 seconds. That's all for today's story. We'll be back every day with a new one. If you want to catch tomorrow's story too, please like and subscribe. On a video call, my voice sounded modulated in a job interview that kills trust, so I screenshotted the I-912 chat note. Right after the meeting, I recorded a 10-second voice memo and it sounded normal. That means the meeting side filter is the suspect. In sound settings, I toggled noise suppression off and on to compare. Only the off test was clean, so that was my evidence. But next day at 14,005, a desk fan triggered the metallic voice again. The app, Audio Diagnostics, log showed suppression level 3, so I changed the input format from 48 kazad to 44.1 kazad to verify. Then the screen said, echo check passed, and the distortion stopped. The aggressive cancel filter wobbled at 1 sample rate, so I used standard mode and reset the audio profile. Tip, record 5 seconds first. That's all for today's story. We'll be back every day with a new one. If you want to catch tomorrow's story too, please like and subscribe. My tracker showed my route twisted. It matters because it can cause misunderstandings or disputes. Within 6 minutes after work, the log jumped 2 buildings. I compared the timeline captures at 1936 and 1942. I checked location accuracy in settings. High precision was on with 3 scans per minute. Between buildings, a signal quality warning appeared. The log noted estimated reflected paths. The cause was GPA's multipath reflection. I paused logging indoors, and the tip is to keep screenshots. That's all for today's story. We'll be back every day with a new one. If you want to catch tomorrow's story too, please like and subscribe. When a home cam keeps facing one direction, you start doubting whether it is a glitch or a real risk. It happened again at 2:13 a.m. First, I checked the app history. It showed pan calibration failed and it appeared twice in a row, so I toggled auto scan off and on in settings. I ran the test 3 times and it always snapped back to the same angle. That is when I suspected hardware. With power off, I rotated it by hand and felt a hard stop around 45 degrees. I opened the bottom cover and found fine dust near the gear. After brushing it out and recalibrating, it returned cleanly to 0 degrees. The cause was tiny dust physically locking the motor gear, and cleaning plus recalibration fixed it. Tip, once a month, screenshot the calibration log so you notice drift early. That's all for today's story. We'll be back every day with a new one. If you want to catch tomorrow's story too, please like and subscribe. If stranger handwriting shows up on your tablet, it can turn into a scary account breach rumor fast. My notes suddenly got new handwriting, and the status changed to edited just now on its own. First check is version history. I only look for the editor label in the last edit time, nothing else. If it still feels off, check signed in devices next. Mine showed 2 devices logged in at the same time. I hit remote sign out right there. And I also turned off note syncing on that tablet to block it for sure. The cause was simple. I forgot to log out on a shared tablet, and the fix was ending that device session. That's all for today's story. We'll be back every day with a new one. If you want to catch tomorrow's story too, please like and subscribe. At 7:32, my watch showed 0 BPM and I panicked. That is why you should verify it right away. First, I tightened the strap by 1 notch and wiped the back sensor for 10 seconds. Then I tapped single measurement. But it said measurement failed 3 times in a row, and the result was 0 again. When I counted manually, it was around 72. So I flipped it over and found a clear protective film tab on the sensor. Under a desk light, the edge reflected like a thin ring. I peeled it off and tried again, and in 14 seconds it jumped to 74. The heart rate graph came back instantly. The cause was simple. A protective film blocked the light-based sensor. Fix it by removing the film and cleaning the sensor, and tip, check the back stickers right after unboxing. That's all for today's story. We'll be back every day with a new one. If you want to catch tomorrow's story too, please like and subscribe. If unknown access appears even after changing your Wi-Fi password, you need to check the hardware, not just the settings. At 2:14 a.m. last night, the log showed 1 unknown device connected. I had already changed the password, so I checked the wireless security settings in the admin page. The encryption mode was set to the latest standard, but the WP's light on the router was blinking. The manual said holding it for 2 minutes allows automatic pairing. In the end, the cause was the pressed button. After disabling Wobby8s and resetting it, no more external access logs appeared. That's all for today's story. We'll be back every day with a new one. If you want to catch tomorrow's story too, please like and subscribe.